Subscribe for my channel Amol Ujagre and hit the bell icon for latest update.
Hey, how are you guys? Today we are going to discuss about strings in Java. So my name is Amol Zagre and I am the author of the book Practical Approach of Software Testing, and which is available on Amazon India, International and Kindle. String. So actually string is a class in Java and we defined it like this. String, the S is capital. We put some variable like str, and whatever we write inside the double quotes, hi, this is Java, it will be a string. And if you try to print this inside the system.out.println, say str, it will be printed. So let's see this into the editor or IDE. I'll create a special package for string, new package, string examples. Okay, so let's create all the programs in this package. String example1. Okay, so inside this, public static void main string args, and like this. So this is our code. So if I run this, see, the string is printed. So earlier we have seen that in array we have a.length, that is array name dot length function that calculates the number of elements in the array. So in similar way we have another function length str.len. So it will give me the number of characters present in this string, including the space, right? So let us see how many characters are there in the string. So I'll put it inside the system.out.println and like this. So print. Okay, so there are total 15 characters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, right? So there are total 15 characters present in this string. So if I want to retrieve a character at some particular position, so I have another function, that is charAt, str dot charAt, and you have to pass the index. Let's say 3. Okay, I'll again put this inside the system.out.println and semicolon. Okay, so charAt 3, it is t. So let's see. Remember that while counting the index, you have to start with 0. So 0, 1, 2, the space is at index 2, and 3. There is t at the index 3. So str.charAt 3. So one more thing while finding the length of the string. Um, Earlier you might we have seen that if suppose this is an array, int is equal to new int, let's say 30. So here, in order to find the length of the array, we used to use the function a.length. So there is a significant difference in between a length of array and length of string. So if you are finding the length of array, there are no parentheses in front of this word length, and if you are finding the length of the string, so there are parentheses in front of the length, right? So this is the major difference while finding the length of an array and length of a string. So remember this. Okay, so just now we have seen how to find the length of the array and how to find a character at some particular position. Okay, so one more interesting function we'll be seeing. uppercase and lowercase, right? So we have a function, right? str dot to uppercase and to lowercase. So let's see what happens. I'll use to uppercase. So this is going to return me a string with uppercase. Let's suppose this is a string str wherein we have h in uppercase and rest of the characters are in lowercase. So what it does, it keeps the uppercase character as it is and the rest of the characters it converts to uppercase. So let's try this. Okay, so hi, this is Jam. So it has converted all the characters into uppercase and the first character which was in uppercase already, it kept it as it is. Okay, so if I consider another string, let's say str2 string str1, I'll say, and it is quite like this. Hi, my name is Amol, right? So all the characters are in the capital, all the characters are capital, and I'll put some uh, let's say a small letter x, right? And if I try to convert it into the lowercase out str dot to lowercase. So what it does, it converts all the uppercase letter into lowercase and keeps the lowercase letter as it is. So like this. Okay. Oh, this is str1. See the output. Fine. Now I'll put a comment to this code. Let's write few another strings. String str1 is equal to, let's say, Amol, then string str2 is equal to, let's say, Amol, then string str3 is equal to, say, Amol, then string str4 is equal to Amol, then string str5 is equal to, let's say, xy. Okay, so tell me whether str1 and str2 are equal or not. Yes, these are equal. But whether str2 and str3 are equal, so if you consider the case, then these are actually not equal. So capital A is different and capital small a is different. So, but if you ignore the case, those will be equal. So earlier we have seen the operators. So in order to compare, we use equal to. So here you cannot use like this str1 is equal to str2. This is not going to compare these two strings. As I said, string is a class, so str1 is actually an object. So if you try to compare these two objects, those will compare the addresses of these two objects, right? So if you want to see the output of it, as out str1 and str2, true. Okay, this is quite mysterious. I'll discuss this thing later on. So how to compare two strings? We have a function dot equals. So str1 dot equals str2, like this. So s out so this is true. Then str1 dot equals str3. Of course it is not equal. fine. And whether str1 and str5 are equal? No, these are two total different strings. So there's no reason that these two strings will be equal. No, false. So again, let's focus str1 and str3. So actually these are not equals, but if I ignore the case, so we have a function equal ignore case, right? So if we ignore the case and let's run this, it will come true, right? So now, as I said, we cannot compare str1 and str2 like this, but if you try to print str1 and str2, this is going to give me true, right? Now why is this? Okay, so actually what happens is that if suppose this is a string pool and I create a variable, let's say str1, and it is equal to a string, let's say amol, right? So this is having certain address, and if I create another string, let's say str2, and if I try to again assign certain string to it, so first it will check the string pool. So this is actually a string pool. So it will check whether the string is present in the string pool or not. If the string is already present, then it will not create another object. It will simply point the str2 to this. So these both str1 and str2 will have same address. Okay, and because of which we are seeing here true, right? So actually address of str1 and address of str2 are equal, so we are getting this true. Okay, so you will get a better understanding if I explain you like this. We can define string in another way as well. So like this, let's say string str6 is equal to new string, and I'm again creating here. So if you create a string in this way, it will not look for the string in the string pool. It will forcefully create a new object for the string, right? So if you try to compare str6 dot equals str1, you can write str1 dot equals str6. There is no issue about it. So it's out. So focus on the last output, right? Which is true. It's true. And now here, if I try to compare str6 with equal to str1, then you see it is false, right? Because str6 and str1 has different addresses. Fine. Okay, very good. So we will move further. We will go for another few another functions of the strings. So next is substring. Okay, I'll again comment this. So what is a substring? It is very obvious that the substring is nothing but a part of a string. So let's suppose if this is a string, str is equal to we are going to learn Java, right? So any part of the string, let's say going to learn or going or this tree or whatever I have just highlighted, this could be the substring of the string str, right? So how to retrieve a substring? Fine. So there are two ways. So one is str dot substring and pass the index, let's say 4. So what it will give me, so starting with the fourth index till the end, so 0 1 2 3 and 4th. So fourth index we have r, so starting with r we will get the string till the end. So let's see this. So fine. So just we have seen that starting with r, that is r is the fourth index, 0 1 2 3 4 till the end. It has returned the string from starting with r till the end. Okay. So we have another method, that is str dot substring, right? Beginning index and end index, right? So if you, I'll put beginning index as 4 and end index as, let's say, 8. So starting with fourth index till 8th, but 8 is not inclusive. So starting with 4 index, I think 0 1 2 3 4 4 5 6 7 and 8, but 8th character will not be inclusive, so we will get the string like re space and g. Okay, so s out substring, right? So this is how we can retrieve the substring from the given string. Okay, so one more important part we'll see, and this is split. Okay, so what is the split? So if suppose we have a bamboo stick like this. If suppose we have a bamboo stick like this, and if I take a sword and I put and I cut it here, I cut it here, I cut it here, I cut it here, right? So this is a bamboo stick, and I instructed that wherever we have this kind of a sign, uh, put your sword and cut it. Fine, like this. Okay. So how many pieces we will get? 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. Right? So with respect to some specific point, if I cut this bamboo, I'll get different pieces of it. So similarly, if I have a string like this, let's say my name is Amol, and if I say you put a cut wherever there are spaces, right? So like this, here and here. So how many pieces I'll get? I'll get 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. 4 pieces. 4 pieces I'll get. And what will happen is that all these pieces are going to settle in an array, of a string. So say my name is So how to do that? Let's see. So we have a function split. So str.split. So here you have to specify with respect to what you have to split. So I'll split it with respect to the space, right? So what it is going to return me? It is going to return me an array of type, an array of a string, right? So if you just see the definition of this split, I'll show you. See, this is a split. This function split. It takes a string as an argument and it returns the array of a string, right? So split, and I'll say with respect to space, and as it returns an array of a string, I'll store it into an array of a string. So let's say strarr. I can give any name, right? So in short, this is going to save like this, right? So we are going to learn Java like this. We then are going to learn Java like this. We have actually seen what is an array of a string. Fine. So ultimately, this is going to return me a pattern like this, and I'm storing it into an array of a string, let's say strarr. So we know actually how to print an array. We can use for loop. So for, let's say, integer I is equal to 0, then strarr, or actually I is less than strarr of length, right? As this is an array, um, will not give parenthesis in front of the length. Then I plus plus, then you can say out strarr of I. Okay, so let's see. Fine. So we have printed an array one by one like this. The elements of array one by one. Fine. So this is how the split works. So not necessarily you can split this string with respect to space only. You can split it with respect to anything. So if I let's say if I have another string like string str is equal to hi dash this dash is dash Java. So str is already defined. Let's say str9. Okay, so you can do similar way. String strarr1 is equal to str9 dot split with respect to, let's say, dash. Okay, and again we'll use a for loop to print strarr dot length. Okay, so I have used the same for loop. Fine. So actually Java, I'll comment this, you'll get the view of the output very clearly. See, hi, this is a Java. So you can split it with respect to any character. There is no issue about that. It is not like that you can split it with space only. You can split it with any character as well. So just for a curiosity, let's say if I split it with respect to I, what will happen? Earlier we have seen that if I split it with respect to space, the space get vanished, right? So whatever the character is there, you are splitting, so that get vanished, and the rest of the strings are stored into into an array. Fine. So if I split this string with respect to I, then what will happen? So I will vanish, and the rest of the strings will get stored into this array. like this. So I is vanished and the other strings are stored into this array. Okay, so again, it is not also it is not necessary that you should use a single character into this split function as an argument. You can use let's say is. So there is a 2 times occurrence of is, right? So let's see what happens. See, is is vanished and the rest of the strings are stored into this array, and we have got the output like this. Fine. So this was all about the strings in Java. I hope you have got an idea about how the strings works in Java. If you still have any queries, you're welcome to comment and ask me the queries. I'll be happy to answer. And if you like this video, please don't forget to share this video with your friends and colleagues, and hit the like button. And if you have still not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. And if you want to buy my book, the links are given in the description. Um, you can buy its hard copy or even the Kindle version of it as well from Amazon. Fine. And one more thing, I do conduct Selenium classes in Katras near Bhartidya Pit. So if you want to learn Selenium with me, that is automation testing with me, you can come to my place and learn Selenium or automation testing with me. Okay? Just call me on this number and get to learn the schedule of the training. Thank you very much.